The bitter rift between home and away's Lacey Miller and Jo Langham reaches breaking point next week, as long-buried secrets, raw grief, and a fight for a mother's memory ignite a violent clash that could change everything. Since Jo's unexpected arrival in the Bay, her presence has been like a lit match in a powder keg. The sisters' hostility has steadily escalated, leading to public blow-ups and even a joint arrest. But next week, their feud explodes in shocking fashion, and not everyone will walk away unscathed. Still reeling from the tragic loss of their mother, Lacey dropped a bombshell on boyfriend Theo Poulos, revealing she blames Jo for the fatal car crash, because Jo was the one behind the wheel. Her rage is so deep, she severed all ties with Jo and their father David, demanding they stay out of her life for good. But Theo, desperate to ease the family tension, reaches out to David in a risky bid to mend the broken pieces. He gently explains that Lacey's anger stems not just from the crash, but from the sale of her childhood home, a place filled with memories of her mother. In a surprising move, David arranges a meeting with Lacey to give her a $100,000 share from the sale. Lacey's reaction? Instant rejection. To her, no amount of money can replace what she lost. But when Theo suggests the funds came from her mother's estate too, things go from tense to volatile, especially when Lacey learns Jo is receiving an equal share. In a deeply emotional moment, Lacey makes a simple request: forget the money, she just wants her mom's eternity ring, a symbol of love, loss, and legacy. But even that turns into a battleground. David begs Jo to hand it over, but Jo breaks down, overwhelmed by guilt and haunted by flashbacks of the accident. On her way home, she suffers a panic attack, barely able to breathe under the weight of the past. When the sisters finally cross paths, Jo refuses to give up the ring. What follows is a catastrophic showdown. Lacey unleashes a scathing accusation: "You killed Mom." And that's when Jo snaps. Fueled by grief, rage, and guilt, Jo physically attacks her sister in a raw, brutal outburst that stuns onlookers. It takes Alf and David to intervene and separate them, but the emotional wreckage is undeniable. Has Lacey gone too far this time? Or is Jo finally cracking under the weight of her guilt? Lacey's accusation is the final blow. Jo's been carrying the burden of that accident for years, but hearing her sister say it out loud, it destroys her, an insider reveals to Digital Spy. Now, with her mother's memory caught in the crossfire, and the Bay shaken by their violent feud, it seems reconciliation is no longer an option. Peace may be what everyone wants, but with tempers this high and wounds this deep, it might be completely out of reach.